What's up, guys? I'm Zachy J, and today we're talking about why you should sleep when you meditate. The short answer is, well, you're probably tired. You probably didn't get a lot of sleep last night. You probably have a lot on your plate, and you should listen to your body. So if you're feeling called to sleep and rest, take advantage of that so you can re-engage with life and have the maximum impact. But let's not mistake a mindful siesta with advanced meditation. So, if you want to understand advanced meditation, you're in the right place. And we're going to do that in a way so you don't end up creating limiting beliefs for yourself by connecting sleep with just pure negative outcomes. So, to give you some proper reference points, I'm going to share with you bits about my beginner level journey. When I first started, I had this hyperactive mind. It was like that monkey mind that was just racing all over the place. I had thoughts like, what am I doing now? What am I doing later? What, like, is life just passing me by? Like, I was having severe FOMO. Like, I'm just sitting there and then I'm not doing anything. And I'm programmed to be productive. And I know a lot of other people have that same programming, either whether it's from school, it's from expectations, it's from life, and they feel like just if they could take even 15 minutes to rest, that by them doing that, somebody else is getting ahead of them. And that's like crippling. And for me, that was a huge first hurdle to overcome. And after I overcame that hurdle, the next one for me was I could now finally relax. I could now finally calm my mind. I did it. And then I was just like getting sleepy. Every single time I was just like get past the monkey mind and just feel like I can just need to dive into a bed and take a nap. And for me, that was another huge hurdle. That hurdle, for some people, if they already have like a calm mind and a disposition to be like laid back and chill, this might be your first hurdle. But for me, this was like my second big hurdle. And this was also a very difficult one. And this is very common. And you will probably encounter this one at some points in your journey. So we need to really unpack what relaxation means so then we can fully get the right outlined picture of sleep and how it fits in with meditation. So relaxation, like once I'm like understanding how to actually examine relaxation by through my meditation practices, I was realizing that relaxation wasn't what I once thought it was. For me, earlier on, relaxation was just sitting by, watching television, playing video games. Essentially, I still had all these background programs running and drawing processing power, and I just was like ignoring them by having a main focus on something in front of me. And like I could like watch TV, for instance, watch a couple of movies back to back and just feel still absolutely exhausted afterwards. So we have to really like consider like what relaxation is. If that was really a relaxation, then I should be able to come out of that with more energy and more vigor to engage with the world around me. So as people start to deeply connect with themselves, they probably are going to start to realize that they're deficient in certain parts of their life. Like a lot of people are very deficient in sleep, and that's going to affect your meditation practice. And it's going to affect the way that you're able to fully define these words for yourself, like relaxation. Like the demands of life are real, but we are able to overcome them not by ignoring them and putting them in the background, putting them on the back burner, but engaging with them so we can learn the ins and outs of them, and then we can position ourselves properly as a result. When you understand relaxation properly, you will be able to do it with your body, to relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your nervous system. A major hurdle with relaxation is that Pavlovian response. The Pavlovian response, that natural response you get, is every time you're about to go to sleep, you probably naturally relax your body and mind, You are initiating the sleep process, and most people connect that sleep process with closing their eyes. So when you are closing your eyes, with meditation, your body is like, okay, well, what do we do when we're not thinking, right? What do we do when we're not thinking and we don't have our eyes open? Oh, we're probably sleeping. So now you have to do a bit of retraining. You have to retrain yourself so you can end up using meditation to take you further in the process of building out your consciousness. So let's understand that sometimes when you meditate, you will be sleepy. Take that, like that's a part of life, but don't let that stop you. And sometimes when you're meditating, you're going to be energetic. So we need to understand what we're going to do when we are sleepy, okay? And that's not condemn yourself. If you're condemning yourself, you're going to be creating limiting beliefs. You're going to end up just connecting, oh man, every time I meditate and get sleepy, like I'm defeated. Don't do that. It's just a hurdle, and hurdles can be overcome. Obstacles can be surmounted, and you can do that unless you're holding yourself back. So don't do that. Don't hold yourself back. Fully engage with the practice so you can make your way through this difficult period of either intermediate, for some people it's beginners, but we want to make sure we can navigate through this. The Buddhist traditions will call this sloth and torpor. And one of the, deadly sins is sloth. So it's real. It's serious. And sloth and torpor, let's give it a little bit of definition. It's just that laziness, it's that lack of mental energy, it's that lack of physical energy. If you succumb to that, it's gonna pull you away from the practice. You're not gonna want to do meditation practice anymore, because what you're going to figure out, or what you're going to connect for yourself, is every time I meditate, I just sleep. So what's the point? I'm not getting any more benefits from it. The fruits of this skilled action are no longer yielding. So I'm going to then not engage with it, because I can get better results somewhere else in life. We don't want to just stop here, because this is a critical juncture where if you get over this hump, you will become an advanced meditator. By becoming an advanced meditator, you will actually grow your consciousness remarkably fast. As a beginner and an intermediate, your consciousness is growing, but generally you're probably encountering mental obstacles. You're probably encountering emotional obstacles. You are probably countering physical obstacles, like for instance, your body just feeling like it needs to sleep. And once you get through that, you're going to get the really juicy benefits. Don't let this stop you from growing your consciousness, especially before you get the really juicy benefits. When you're a beginner, you might get those beginner level gains, but every time you hit one of these plateaus, if you let that stump you, then you are really cutting your knees out from underneath you. So if you want to understand consciousness deeper, you have to get to that advanced level. And you have to choose what skill you want to have in this discipline. And any skill you pick, you are in the driver's seat, and you get to pick how skilled you want to be. Do you want to be just a beginner? Do you want to be intermediate? Or do you want to be advanced and masterful? If the answer is yes, I want to be advanced and masterful, what you're going to have to do when you're encountering sleep is what I like to call piercing the veil. Piercing the veil is rather simple in words, but hard in practice. Mainly because it requires a lot of energy. It requires concentration. It requires awareness. And you need to have all these things working for you, or those prerequisite skills operating at the same time, so then you can effectively pierce the veil with your consciousness and integrate deeper layers of your mind, deeper layers of reality into your being. If you want to understand the inner workings of your emotion, if you want to understand all that subtle information, and about like energy and how it's operating in you and around you. If you want to fully unpack the mind and understand the cosmic universe, you're going to have to pierce the veil. So how do you pierce the veil? If you want to pierce the veil, it's better to have energy in your body, to feel invigorated. So when you're sitting and you get to that point where you usually would sleep, your body still has a ton of energy. So you can consistently apply that energy to concentration. You want to apply this energy to concentration and awareness. So awareness is like that broad spectrum awareness. Concentration allows you to funnel that awareness specifically in a more targeted approach. And your energy is everything's going to amplify that. And that's going to allow you to break through the sleep and the sloth and the torpor. As you become more skilled in meditating, you will realize that there is more to explore. If you're just sitting there long enough and you break through that sleep, that you break through that nodding off, you will realize there's more information in the process. There's more experience that you can experience. And that's huge because now you're on the frontiers of consciousness. Now you're really out there and you can see things that are previously hidden to you. And we want to avoid the stereotype that in the Buddhist tradition they call a stone Buddha. Don't be a stone Buddha. Okay. What they mean by this is people will tend to get to a point in their meditation practice where they are, because by the way, it feels good just to be restful and in that kind of meditative trance where you're just like, ooh, there's nothing happening. It's everything's kind of just shutting off, right? You're turning off from life. But the purpose of meditation in advanced levels of meditation is for you to turn on more, to turn on your mind, your sensations, and your ability to explore consciousness. So if you are slowing down, which is, it's good because you have to be able to figure out how to be restful, and you have to figure out how to, like in general, just slow down your thought processes so you can focus. If you only stay there, you will just be a stone Buddha. And if you're just a stone Buddha, then you're never going to advance further. You will be probably an advanced meditator, right? Every time you meditate, you will be able to bring a sense of calm and relaxation into any room. But if you want to feel what it feels like to have mystical moments, you want to feel what it feels like to have these massive downloads of intuitive consciousness and connect with the cosmic universe, you're going to have to keep the lights on, keep the lights in your consciousness on. So avoid that stereotype, avoid just falling off, especially purposely, into the peace and relaxation permanently. And the way you avoid that is just by knowing there's more to go. If you are a real adventurer, you're a real meditator, you're going to want to get to the peak. You're going to want to get to the mountain top. So we have to thoroughly explore all of these states of being. We have to thoroughly explore our mind. We have to thoroughly explore our body. We have to thoroughly explore energy. We have to thoroughly explore these states where we're both energetic and we're both sleepy. They're all lessons. They're lessons in consciousness. They're there for a reason. And it's for you to integrate them into understanding, into your being, especially so later on you can continuously navigate them. You can have more control over these than before. Before, you might be completely subject to your reactivity, especially when it comes to sleep. It's like, okay, I feel sleepy, I have to clock out, right? I'm just turning everything off, throwing up my hands, and I'm done with it. No, you can now have it be like, well, I know that I might be sleepy now, but I can still use concentration and awareness as tools to build out higher levels of consciousness. This is how you can empower your being and become more informed individual about yourself and about the reality around you. This will help you create the right perspective. So when you're encountering these difficulties, if you just know that there is further to go, that is so helpful. And it's very difficult because when we're doing meditation, we don't know like what's going on, what's what. But when you encounter these things and you know there's more to go, then you're going to continuously apply yourself so you can get to those places. And by not succumbing to those limiting beliefs, you will continue your practice. And if you just continue your practice, you will naturally progress through these hurdles. It's very important. I implore you, so you can have the best level of consciousness that you choose, because you're in control here. That you fully navigate both sleep, both the energetic levels of consciousness, concentration. You fully navigate energy. You fully navigate your being. So if you liked my video, help a brother out, give me a like and subscribe, and check out some more of my content in the link I provided below. Thank you and have a great rest of the day.